Good day, everyone. Okay, so let's go over some price action here. We got a huge squeeze up, and the reason I want to make this video is to, yes, go over local ideas here, but really to inspire you guys as to what's possible when you analyze the market effectively, and you really can consistently get on the right side of moves like this before they happen. So I got into a long here. Did I know we were going to squeeze up when I entered it? No, but as price started coming up here, I started seeing some really bullish signs in price action, which is why I made a video the other day when we were here saying, hey, I see a lot of people on Twitter saying they're shorting here. A lot of, I would say, good traders, there was technical reasons to short here, but personally, I wasn't interested in shorting at all because a squeeze up to me was very likely. Um, and so, yeah, I'm going to go over some of that analysis. Now, in this local range, as we pushed up here yesterday or last night in the Discord, I just said, here we are looking for a swing failure above these highs and this range to form. I wouldn't be surprised to see this range form. I shorted this retest of the range into the lows of the range, right? So obviously, that's what we got, right? We got this move down, retested this level exactly, pushed back up into the highs of the range. And oh, I'm not even on the chart. Um, we got this move down, pushed up to the highs of the range. And yeah, I think it's important to recognize this stuff early, right? So even recognizing the potential for a short squeeze, I have my longs from down here. I did hedge out my long here and literally just put my stop loss up above these highs. So I lost about 0.3% of the move. I did a hedge short. So just in case we rejected, and then I just cut my hedge. But then as we move back in, we swing failure these highs. I opened my short up again here with the idea of trading it down into the lows of this range. And now this is another long opportunity, and you can start trading this price action locally with scalp shorts, scalp longs, scalp shorts, and looking for these, take profits locally, but leave some of the position running so you have a chance to get into a swing position. If we do break down, you have swing longs or shorts from the highs, swing longs from the lows if we break up. So even if you miss this move, you're prepared for this type of price action. And learning this stuff is just such a huge edge because it can get you into nice positions. You can be patient, you can wait for this type of price action, these ranges to form, and find nice entries where you're not likely to get stopped out. There's no way to have a 100% hit rate, but you can consistently identify this kind of stuff if you're analyzing the market correctly and appropriately, which is just imperative in my view if you're going to be trading. I even want to play a quick clip that I had on Twitter just before we got this squeeze up when we were down here, because I saw so many people posting that they were shorting down here, and I just thought I better do a PSA here that a squeeze up is probably pretty likely, and I'm not interested in shorting this. Situation where so here's a clip. Been in this downtrend, and every little rally looks like a short opportunity. And for example, what I'm seeing here is aggressive shorts opening at the lows. I pointed out we're likely to get a squeeze up. And I think it's more important than ever in times like this to really understand order flow, because you want to see signs of absorption for a rejection, because you don't want to end up in a situation where you're just shorting every rally, but there's no significant retracement. We just keep squeezing higher with signs of heavy short absorption. All right, so that's all I'll play from that clip. But what I want to point out is that's essentially what we got, although it was even more aggressive than I drew it out, just a straight short squeeze. And it's the reason it's so important to understand just how the market actually works is because it's times like this where people say, technical analysis doesn't work. But, I can even go back to Discord back here when we were putting in our lows. So, this was at the lows. This is even at 28,900 when we had just put in this low. And I was just saying, we have some fractal ideas here. If this range low holds, because this is where I took a long, getting a strong squeeze off the bottom of the channel. Very interested to see what happens at the POC, which is where I made the video I made. Um, but showing this fractal of like we could just get a really sharp squeeze up here, right? Looking for something like this where we don't range here, we don't retest the lows, we just squeeze right up. Um, and so I was prepared for that earlier as we got a rally, we got some back tests pointing out, you know, here's a nice back test of the 618. So if you miss this entry, this could be a good entry. Um, and I'll just go over to that on the chart as well because it will only take a second. So understanding the potential for these types of moves, this was down here. We obviously, this is here. We're back testing this retracement. So this could be a nice entry, maybe a stop under the channel. There was plenty of good long entries here. But now, if you weren't prepared for any of this, you're now looking for longs up here. And you feel like you've missed the move. Maybe you were super bearish. I think a lot of people were. I'm not even particularly bearish here. I'm happy to take scalp shorts, but I could very well just see us, maybe we just reject, retest this range, and just keep squeezing up. And so, yeah, I'm still not very bearish. But just wanted to update you guys. We have some key levels up here. If we push into the middle of this channel, swing failure this high, probably around 31,700. There might be a potential for a short if we swing failure that. But right now, this is bullish ultimately, right? And there's still going to be a lot of liquidity overhead to squeeze out more shorts. So, just look at local price action, look for these kind of scalp entries for potential positions that you can take profits on quickly and maybe let run if we break up or break down. This would have been a great entry. Identifying it early, I think, was important if you wanted to be able to trade it, which was here, right? Come back and test this level. So anyways, if you're interested in learning more about this stuff, you should come over and join the members group. The links are in the description of the video, because I think if you want to trade in this market and you're interested in learning this stuff, this kind of knowledge is imperative. And I think the value is just, really clear. So anyways, we have a great community, hundreds of members. Looking forward to having you if this is something that interests you. All right, talk to you guys later.